Hello guys, from today we are starting a new drama. After a long time, we are meeting again, and the drama we are beginning today is about a nine-tailed fox who grants wishes to wealthy people. But her life takes a dramatic turn when she meets a soccer player. The episode begins in the mountains, where a man is walking when he suddenly hears the voice of a fox. Frightened, he becomes alert. Then we see Gumiho, who looks in his bag and casually says that there is nothing there. Hearing her voice, the man gets scared. Gumiho asks him for directions to Hanyang, and he tells her the way. Suddenly, she disappears. She then appears behind him and tells him that the plant he is searching for to cure his mother's illness is there. After saying this, she disappears again. The man is happy getting it. Gumiho is actually a failed nine-tailed fox, whose goal is to become human through good deeds. Next, we move to the kingdom, where a young woman who is about to get married is getting ready. Her name is Gumiho. She notices Chun Sim and asks the other servants to leave. She then questions her about what she did to Chun Sim and tells that she has recognized Gumiho, her friend. We learn that Gumiho was also once a fox who later became human, and now she is getting married. She explains that she recognized Gumiho by her scent. Gumiho tells her that she missed her a lot and that Chun Sim was only made unconscious. Gumiho feels happy that she is finally getting married to the man she loves. Gumiho is also happy for her. The two hug each other, and we get to see Gumiho's 9 tails. Soon, the wedding rituals begin. Gumiho stands at a distance, watching her friend, and remembers the past when she went to the market with Gumiho. However, Gumiho's attention was somewhere else. Gumiho notices that Gumiho is smiling while looking at a man. That man also notices her. Gumiho teases Gumiho, saying that she didn't come to the market to shop, but to see him. As they start leaving, the man stops them, and this is how they meet again. Back in the present, Gumiho wishes Gumiho happiness and starts to leave. Suddenly, it begins to rain, and Gumiho gets visions of the future. In those visions, Gumiho is running away from some people, looking terrified, constantly fearing that someone might kill her. Gumiho becomes worried because she realizes that Gumiho will never truly be happy. In the present, we see Gumiho standing, looking deeply sad. In front of her is a man whose hands are tied and bleeding. Gumiho reflects that she once wanted to become human, but now she no longer wishes to. She explains that human life is full of suffering. Humans fall sick, experience pain, and eventually die. She then says that this story actually began 9 years ago, and we are taken back to the past. 9 years earlier, a football match is taking place at Sosin High School. The national team coach and his agent, Yun Soo, have come to watch the match because they are considering selecting Woo-suk for the national team. The club coach is praising Woo-suk, saying that he plays very well. However, we then notice Si-yeol, who is playing exceptionally well. The coach asks about him, but the club coach dismisses Si-yeol, saying that he doesn't know how to play properly, only follows his own instincts, and never listens to anyone during the game. Despite this, Si-yeol ends up scoring the goal. Coach starts shouting at him, but he ignores him and scores anyway. Later, the coach punishes Si-yeol for not passing the ball to Woo-suk. He scolds him, asking whether he couldn't even help his friend for one day and accusing him of getting in Woo-suk's way. Si-yeol argues that his scoring goal has nothing to do with Woo-suk. However, the coach continues to punish him, also taunting that Si-yeol doesn't even pay his club fees on time, yet still behaves arrogantly. After the game, Woo-suk's father is treating everyone. At that moment, Si-yeol arrives there. Woo-suk also offers him something to eat, but Si-yeol refuses. Soon after, the coach arrives. Woo-suk's father gives him some money and asks him to take everyone out for a treat. The coach happily chats and laughs with Woo-suk's father, and Si-yeol silently watches this. Next, we see Lee Yoon, the heir of GM-soo Construction Company, who is on his way to a meeting in his car. On the radio, his company is criticized and saying that they will not get this project. Hearing this, his driver Bong Chan turns off the radio. This angers Yoon, who questions why he turned it off when he was listening. Yoon reminds him that he pays him to drive. Bong Chan apologizes. Just then, they reach a red light and the driver suddenly applies the brakes, causing Yoon's book to fall on the floor. Yoon gets extremely angry. After that, Yoon drives himself to the meeting venue, where his other team members are already present. His secretary asks whether he drove himself, and Yoon agrees. The secretary warns him not to get personally involved, saying that their chances of winning the contract are very low and that all the blame will fall on him alone. At that moment, the secretary notices blood stains on Yoon's shirt and guesses that Yoon must have raised his hand against the driver. Everyone starts surrounding him, and Yoon quickly exchanges clothes with his secretary. After this, Yoon confidently declares that the project will definitely be awarded to him. He says that he has so much money that every problem can be solved with money, and he looks extremely confident. Soon, the board meeting begins. Seeing Yoon, it appears as if he is waiting for something. The members try to play a video, but it doesn't start. Instead, another video begins playing on the screen, and we see Eun-ho. Everyone becomes confused and wonders who she is. When Eun-ho notices the chaos, she snaps her fingers and brings everyone under her control except Lee Yoon. Eun-ho then steps out of the screen and orders the people sitting on the left side to vote for Lee Yoon's company, while the people on the right can vote for whomever they want. She explains that she doesn't really care about any of these things, but everyone loves money and she does too, and that she also does everything for money. After this, she approaches Yoon and asks him to come with her. Next, we see Si Yeol returning home. He notices his grandmother carrying heavy bags and immediately goes to help her. In his family, his grandmother is the only one he has. He tells her happily that he scored a goal today. His grandmother praises him and asks about this month's club fees. Si Yeol tells her not to worry because he has received a scholarship and won't have to pay any fees anymore. His grandmother becomes very happy. However, we soon realize that Si Yeol was lying. In reality, he works part-time as a delivery boy to earn money. After that, he goes to the football ground, where he sees Woo-suk practicing soccer. Si Yeol arrives at the ground and gets questioned by Woo-suk about his worn-out clothes. Si Yeol explains that he is working a part-time job and needs money to buy new sports shoes. Woo-suk casually suggests that he should just ask his parents instead. Offended, Si Yeol suddenly hits Woo-suk with the ball and challenges him, asking if Woo-suk really thinks he is better. This quickly turns into a fun match. The two play together, laugh a lot, and enjoy themselves. In the end, Si Yeol wins the bet, and Woo-suk keeps his promise by treating him to food. While eating, Woo-suk praises Si Yeol's skills and asks how he is so talented without private lessons like others. Si Yeol jokingly calls himself a poor genius, and reveals that he has no parents. He lives with his sick grandmother, which is why he has to work. Even with all these struggles, he proudly says he still managed to beat Woo-suk. Woo-suk then starts teasing him playfully. The story then shifts to Eun-ho having dinner with Yoon. Here, we learn that Eun-ho grants wishes to rich people in exchange for money. She calls Yoon a troublemaker and hints that he will become her repeat client. Yoon mocks her, saying if she works only for money and she cannot do whatever she wants. Eun-ho calmly says that humans are always the same. She suddenly then takes Yoon to another world, which terrifies Lee Yoon, and Eun-ho pushes him off, to scare him. She then takes him somewhere else and makes it clear that only she decides whether a wish will be granted, he cannot ask questions, and all power belongs to her. She then brings him back and explains her rules. She avoids doing too many good deeds so she does not become human, and avoids too many evil deeds so she does not lose her powers. To live among humans, she maintains balance, and she also reveals that she cannot kill anyone. When Yoon receives a call, Eun-ho tells him his wish is already fulfilled and that she has taken her payment from his car. Next, we see Eun-ho visits a mall and notices a girl with an impressive fashion sense. She asks the girl to shop with her for one day, and when the girl gets confused and refuses, Eun-ho snaps her fingers and puts her under control. While shopping, Eun-ho reveals that she is a nine-tailed fox. The girl helps her like a close friend, and when she is about to ask a question, Eun-ho answers it in advance, saying she has heard these questions many times before. Eun-ho talks about the Joseon era, explaining that modern dramas exaggerate it, but she actually lived through that time. While eating together, she clears misconceptions about nine-tailed foxes, saying they must do good deeds to become human. However, she reveals that she is the only fox left on Earth because she prefers living freely as she is and never gets bored of life. She then shares memories from different eras. She attended English classes when they were first introduced in Joseon, she controlled the teacher when she could not understand, later enjoyed reading comic books, and even forced a comic artist to change an ending where the hero died. As time passed, she played video games with children and controlled them whenever they started winning too much, showing how she enjoyed every phase of history. Back in the present, the girl tells Eunho that she has not achieved anything and only changes things she dislikes. She also points out that Eunho has no real friends. Annoyed, Eunho snaps her fingers and forces the girl to agree with her. Soon after, Woo-suk arrives at the mall with Seol to buy shoes and tells him to choose a pair as well. Seol asks if Woo-suk is really buying them for him. Woo-suk explains that he received a sponsorship deal and will have more money than he can spend alone. Feeling jealous of his career growth, Seol says he is not a beggar and storms out. As Eunho leaves after heavy shopping, she collides with Seol, sending him flying. Eunho comes to him and tells him he is weak and asks if broke his bone. Seol is confused about what just happened and asks about her instead. Eunho tells them to leave, but as they go, she suddenly sees a future vision of Woo-suk becoming a world-famous football star. She tells the girl that this boy will be a huge star in the future. When asked how she sees this, Eunho explains that such visions appear naturally. She adds that once he becomes rich and famous, he will also become one of her clients. The girl then asks Eunho to grant her wish too and requests a discount as a friend. Eunho coldly says that's why she doesn't like humans, snaps her fingers, erases all of the girl's memories from the day, and sends her away. Eunho then takes control of the receptionist and orders him to carry her bags. Suddenly, all the lights go out and an old man named Pa-gun appears, questioning what she is doing all this. Then we see Woo-suk apologizing to Seol. He explains that he never meant to hurt him and only wanted to help. Seol asks him to play a game together, and they continue spending time normally. We then see Pa-gun, revealed to be a deity, sitting with Eunho. Eunho speaks to him rudely and asks why he came. Pa-gun suggests that she should become human, but Eunho refuses, saying human lives are full of suffering, while her life as a nine-tailed fox is far better. She asks if he wants her to end up like the other foxes who became human and died. Pa-gun warns her that her balance is tipping. Eunho denies it, saying she has maintained perfect balance, but Pa-gun tells her a time is coming when she must choose either to become human or be destroyed. Eunho says she fears neither him nor the laws of heaven and walks away. Next, Lee-yoon celebrates getting a new project with a party. Meanwhile, Seol and Woo-suk are happily playing football. Seol kicks the ball hard, and it flies out, hitting Eunho on the head. When Seol goes to retrieve it, he finds Eunho sitting there holding it. She asks if it is his ball, and Seol says yes. Eunho throws the ball back, but it bursts. She then recognizes Seol and says that he is the same kid she met at the mall. She asks why he is practicing so late at night. When Seol protests about his ball, Eunho calls him weak. Seol confidently says he will become a famous football star one day. Eunho coldly responds that he will not become a star. According to the future she has seen, his friend Woo-suk will become the football star, not him. She says her future visions are always correct and that Seol will achieve nothing in life. Seol asks how she can say such things about his future, but Eunho remains completely unaffected by his words. At the same time, Yoon drives drunk at high speed and crashes into Woo-suk, leaving him unconscious. Seol hears the accident, runs there, and sees Woo-suk injured. Before he can act, Yoon escapes. Seol rushes Woo-suk to the hospital in panic. Yoon is shown completely anxious and frustrated thinking what he will do now. At the police station, Seol reports that the driver that hit his friend was drunk. A police officer tells him that they are waiting for CCTV footage. A man named Bongchang suddenly surrenders, claiming he caused the accident. Seol insists he is lying and says he saw the real culprit. Bongchang claims he was driving the company car and takes the blame. Yoon's secretary reassures him that things are under control, but they soon learn there was a witness. Yoon becomes furious, orders the driver to be brought in, and the secretary tells him that the police have summoned him as a witness too. Enraged, Yoon sends his secretary away and burns Eunho's card, summoning her. Eunho appears and comments that he returned within a day. Yoon says he has an urgent request. Eunho initially refuses due to another client, but when Yoon offers double the payment, she agrees. At the hospital, Seol arrives to see Woo-suk and finds Eun-ho already there. Seol asks her what she is doing there and Eun-ho says she came to erase some of his memories. Before Seol can react, Eun-ho snaps her fingers, but suddenly she sees a new future. This time, Seol becomes the football star instead of Woo-suk. Shocked by this fate exchange, Eun-ho suddenly feels intense pain in her heart and starts collapsing. Seol regains control, catches her before she falls, and for the first time, sees Eun-ho's 9 tails. With this shocking reveal, the episode ends. Thanks for watching, and we'll meet again in episode 2.